Hi, this is Zach here with the US Chartbreakers here at Zach's Traders Cafe for Monday, the 10th of November. Starting off with the S&P, which looks as though it's going to deliver a price channel rebound that's set on the basis that pre-market we're already trading around 67.95 versus the close that we had 67.28, and obviously that's on the end of the shutdown prospects at the end of the shutdown. Technically, we bounced almost where we wanted to bounce, so one could have had orders there at the 50-day line, 66.70, but went a bit below that, which tends to be normal. Same with the RSI, just below neutral 50 rather than at it, but that's just to keep people on their toes, stop people out, otherwise it would be just too easy. In terms of the upside, end of day close above 6,800, and we would be looking for a move up to the top of the channel there from April as high as 7,000 by the end of the year. And I suppose that makes for a nice round number and a celebration for the market as a whole for 2025. Next up is the Nasdaq 100, and here a similar picture bouncing off the floor of that rising April trend channel, bouncing near the 50-day moving average area as well. And in fact, just below it, you can see that's around 24,700, the low 24,600, so not too bad. And in terms of what the upside may be, end of day close above 25,500. And we're looking for, I suppose, a target now towards 27,000 by the end of this month, or at least by the end of the year for this market. RSI went down below neutral 50, but it's done that consistently on all the dips, actually. So the real level around 45 rather than 50 in terms of bouncing, but still a strong looking market. Moving on to the stocks, and check cap is first. And here, obviously, after the massive gap, we've come back down again. We've actually been too strong to fill the gap, which is normally a good signal there. And that suggests that the bulls may have a bit of gas in the tank over the next few days. So $101.05, the top of, or rather the floor of the channel there, and we bounced above that on Thursday. So the low on Thursday, 121. The current view is that the longer we stay above recent resistance on the way down around $1.48, the greater the chance of move to the top of the channel and towards the top of the range at $2.50 by the end of next month. Whatever happens, don't want to really see this back below the floor of the channel there, $1.27. I've looked at Datavault a lot in the recent past, and here what we can see is a 50-day moving average rebound. The 50-day line there at $1.41, or rather, $1.41. Above that, looking for the next level up again at $2.30 by the end of this month. Good key reversal to the upside on Friday. Anything missing is the RSI being back above neutral 50, but hopefully that will come in soon. Looked at the next stock quite a lot as well, Femasys, and here you can see not far off our rather ambitious target there, up to $1.17. So just hopefully we'll see that in the next week or so. The reason for including this before is that we've had so many RSI 50 plus rebounds or 50 rebounds, and then that final flick that we had at the end of last week. So looks like a very strong scenario, and really we're secretly looking for $1.80 by the end of the year. This should be a very strong situation, but obviously every situation is different. Next on the list is another stock that we like. We like the name of GigaCloud as well. A rising trend channel here. We've always shot on the downside below the 50-day line there at $27.60, but above that 50-day line, looking for $45 by the end of next month at the top of that rising trend channel from back in February. Another situation which will hopefully have legs over the near term is GrowGeneration, and here again a sort of an overshoot on the downside in terms of the floor of the channel, which is obviously there to stop people out. And the current situation, though, is that above the 50-day line there, $1.65. We're looking for the top of the channel there as high as $2.20 by the end of this month. Moving on to a situation which could be of interest if you are looking for an ongoing recovery. Here we've got Holley or Holy. Holley probably more likely. Rising trend channel, at least the top of the range, they're up to $4.20. And looking for that in coming days, even though we've obviously slipped back a bit from the best levels of Friday through $4. But $4.20, hopefully the target there, while we remain above the recent broken resistance of $3.47 on an end of day close basis. Moving on to Innventure, and here you can see that we've got a decent breakout through recent neckline resistance, so through the $3.70 level. Above that, looking at the top of the falling trend channel, and the 200-day moving average at $5.80 by the end of this month. So proper bear trap there. And also the other point to note, which is an interesting point, is that we had lower lows for October, November, but higher RSI trace, which tends to be a strong bullish divergence signal for a stock or market. Next up is a name that will be familiar to most, and we're looking at it as if with the enthusiasm of if it was 1975 rather than 2025. But here you can see that Eastman Kodak has broken recent resistance at $7.20. Above that, we're looking for $9 by the end of this month. Hopefully, the stock can come up with the goods. New name for us is coming up now, Puma Biotechnology, and here, rising trend channel, bear trap rebound from below the 50-day line at 501, and above that looking for up to $7.80 at the top of that rising trend channel by the end of December, by the end of the year. Finishing off with a stock which has a rather long ticker code, and here it is. We've got QVC. Just looking at this in the sense that we had the ride from in August, September, we had the ride up to the second target there, but after that the shares fell like a stone and have actually gone back to the uptrend line from July, which is around the $6 mark, above $6. We're looking for at least the shares to at least get up to the 200-day line, $9.12, even if they fall back again after being unceremoniously gapped down at the beginning of this month. But I think the key here is they stay on the right side of $6, whatever happens. That's it from me today. More updates tomorrow.